I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. At a Senate Banking Committee hearing on Tuesday, Senator Elizabeth Warren grilled FTA Administrator Nuria Fernandez on the safety concerns of Massachusetts mass transit. The Massachusetts Democrat said that Boston mass transit has been, quote, plagued with maintenance issues, shutdowns, and significant safety concerns after multiple deaths. Listen here to see the plan to increase safety on Boston mass transit.
And so I want to discuss the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority, or the MBTA, which has been plagued with maintenance issues, shutdowns, and significant safety concerns after multiple deaths last year alone. In a letter to the MBTA on April 14th, the Federal Transit Administration, the agency that you run, Administrator Fernandez, expressed extreme concern for rider safety. The letter also stated that the FTA was going to, quote, assume an increased safety oversight role of the MBTA system, close quote, and conduct inspections and obtain data to provide the MBTA with a, quote, roadmap to building a robust safety culture. I share the FTA's concerns. After the FTA issued special safety directives, however, the MBTA reacted by reducing service frequency on many lines. And these service cuts and long delays have negatively impacted all riders, many of whom rely on public transportation to try to get to work or to school. So I have two intertwined questions. The first is, how do we get to a point where people are literally dying on the T? And second, when will the FTA have a detailed roadmap to get the T back on track?
Senator Warren, thank you so much for highlighting the importance of safety in public transportation, in particular in the rail system. We, as you noted, the letter that was issued by our Chief Safety Officer at the Federal Transit Administration was a result of a series of events that had occurred subsequent to a study of 2019 that identified a series of issues that needed to be addressed that the transit agency was in line to address. And when we experienced ongoing safety incidents that could have been averted, that's the reason that we sent that letter.
And I'm glad you did. I'm sorry. Let me just, you talk about a series of issues. How is it? The question I have is, how do we get to this place where people die on the T? What went wrong?
That is the question. The situation here is safety is our number one priority. And when we see that safety, that the focus on safety, whether it's culture, whether it's decision-making or lack thereof, contributes to incidents that result in death, that's when we raise the flag, and we go beyond just raising the flag, where we step in. And we immediately sent personnel so that we could conduct a safety management inspection. And it was throughout the inspection that we identified additional issues, and that's the reason that we issued a safety directive.
So, and when do you expect to have a report so we can get the T back on track, literally?
Well, we are going to be issuing a report in August to the safety management inspection findings. The Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority needs to continue, one, with the training. They need to hire personnel, and that's one of the reasons, to your second question, that has to do with the impact on ridership, with the impact on service. And that impact on service only occurs when projects and maintenance have not been completed in a timely manner that now need to be performed during revenue service.
I appreciate that. You know, I think what you're saying is the MBTA wasn't paying enough attention to the maintenance and inspections to keep the system safe. I look forward to the report in August. I'm going to hold you to that. But prioritizing safety and service should not be either or. It should be both and. I have one other thing I want to ask about, and that is investment in electrification. I think it's a big part of the answer when it comes to making the MBTA both safer and more modern. Electrification would improve service, would reduce long-term maintenance costs, would help us meet our climate goals, and would solve issues across housing, affordability, traffic, congestion, efficiency, and at the same time, help create new jobs and promote regional economic prosperity and environmental justice. But under the Baker administration, the MBTA is not prioritizing electrification. Administrator Fernandez, while electrification would cost more in upfront capital costs, would this be a way to make the T safer, more reliable, greener, create jobs, and reduce costs in the long run?
Senator Warren, it will achieve all of the above. As a matter of fact, we did issue a grant to MBTA for the replacement of a bus facility. It's going to be a combination. I believe there's a TIFIA loan involved to ensure that they have an adequate facility that can start to accommodate electric vehicles.
Yeah. You know, electrifying commuter rail would mean a faster, more reliable ride and a cleaner environment. And it is mystifying that the T has no tangible plans to get us there. Transitioning to an electric system would be costly, but right now the Commonwealth has a large budget surplus and is set to receive record amounts of federal funding from the infrastructure bill. Rather than continuing to pour money into dirty, unreliable technologies from the last century, we can replace broken down trains with electric ones and invest more in electric buses. I know it's not going to be easy, but we have to use every tool in the toolbox to avert these disasters and give Massachusetts residents the first-class infrastructure they deserve. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Warren. Senator Reid of